I've coached 45 years. I started out at Western Michigan University, my alma mater, and then I went to Kennedy King in Chicago, FAMU. After FAMU, I went to Delaware State. Delaware State, where'd I go? I went to Texas. After Texas, I was at Morris Brown right here in the AUC.
All right, tell me about this run. You've been watching your grandson, obviously, this season. What has it been like, just as, a granddad and a fan?
Well, it's been great. I mean, I see so many qualities that I saw in myself when I was about 50 years younger, and I tell him that all the time. He's quite competitive. I mean, he has a mean streak in him where size doesn't mean anything, and that's the way I played when I was playing, when I was much younger. So, I just tell him, hey, it ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog, and that's what he lived by.
I know you as a coach, you kind of have this, transient life where you're all over the place, but growing up, what type of interaction did you have with Lawrence, with you, him, and basketball?
Well, we spent a lot of time talking about it. He spent a lot of time on the court performing, and one surprise, while he was in Miami, I was in Orlando, and we went to camp at Michigan State, and I hadn't seen him play in a while. And seeing him compete against those kids at Michigan State, he was doing things that I was amazed. And I came back home and I told my wife, I said, this kid can play. And he can play. He has a knowledge of the game. He's just growing every day. And I stopped wrestling with him about 4 or 5 years ago. He got too strong for me.
Having him play in the AUC, I know that has a special place in your heart. What has that journey been like for you?
Well, it's been great. Since the majority of my coaching career was spent in historically black colleges at FAMU, Delaware State, and of course Morris Brown. So to see him play there, he kept the tradition going, so I'm very proud of him for that.
Lawrence, when you're on the court, what happens? Is there a thing that has a memory trigger that makes you think of your granddad when you're on the court?
When I shoot, he tells me before every game, I get a text message or a call, shoot first and ask questions later. Yeah. Like, I cannot go any game without him telling me, just shoot the ball, and I don't care where you are on the court. When you catch it, shoot it. So when the ball goes in the basket, I think of him every time, but it's all love. He just wants to see me perform to my highest level. And it's a blessing to have him in my life, man. I wouldn't replace this man with anybody in the world.